Hey, thanks for joining me. Never know how many people are going to show up when I do a non-food video, but I enjoy sharing these and I'm very grateful when you come and watch them. Normally late afternoon, or I say normally recently, the last month or so, a lot of times late afternoon, early evening, my routine will be that I will generally lay down on the couch into the day, read for about an hour. I'll usually read something more. Actually, I've reread The Untethered Soul. Then I jumped in, now I'm rereading The Power of Now, and I actually think I have another book that I'm probably going to reread next. And then I'll usually go from there to that's about time for when I go and do my meditation practice for the evening. And the other day I was reading and I just kind of like my mind, it kind of word association, and one thing would jump from another, lead me to thinking about something else. And I saw a quote. Don't know where it was. It wasn't in the book I was reading, but it related to it. It might have been something I was looking up. Sometimes also during my reading, I've been reading on my Kindle lately, so I can go to Google and look something up that it pops into my head. But anyhow, the quote was from the Herman Hesse book. If you haven't read the book, Siddhartha, I'd highly recommend that. That might be my next read. And it just kind of touched me a little bit. It said, within yourself is a stillness and a sanctuary to which you can retreat at any time and be yourself. Listen again and think about that. Within yourself is a stillness and a sanctuary to which you can retreat at any time and be yourself. Ergo the title, and I started thinking about this because I've been using more and more and more. My practices are not about just coming and sitting in meditation every day, because, while that is very beneficial, if you don't take that off the mat, I don't actually sit on the mat normal. I do like to sit on the floor a certain amount of time during the day. I generally sit in a chair when I meditate, but what I mean is if you can't take your practice off of where you're practicing, your mat, a chair, whatever, it's not, how beneficial is it really? So I've just started using things from it in real life more and more, and my breath is one of them. And the breath is it. The breath is the bridge. If you want to find that inner sanctuary, that quiet place within yourself, the breath, that's what gets you in there. A conscious breath, sometimes just one conscious breath when whatever is going on, and it can, you can find that inner calm just by one breath in, one breath out, when you're really aware and you're really paying attention to those breaths. And when I started thinking about that as the breath being the bridge, I thought, okay, wait, I've heard another quote that was related, similar to this or somewhere in there, and it was one by another favorite of mine, Thich Nhat Hanh. And this one is, breath is the bridge which connects life to consciousness, which unites your body to your thoughts. And by focusing on our breath, one can calm a scattered mind and bring it back to a state of peace and presence. And that is just something you can use everywhere. These are I like to share little techniques that are not necessarily some bigger practice, but something that you can use right in the moment. I did a video not too long ago, and I was talking about like how I used to always get so frustrated getting stopped at the stoplights, and I'm waiting to go, and maybe traffic is busy and I get impatient. Now I don't do that anymore. I've just kind of gotten more and more and more to where I remember when I'm sitting at the light. I came up to the light today, and in fact, when I was coming back from somewhere this morning, there's this one light that catches me almost every time, and it was green as I was heading toward it. And I found myself actually kind of hoping that it turned red on me so I would have that little bit of time. And this is a long light, so if I get caught at the very early part of that light, I'm going to be there for a few minutes. I'm probably not exaggerating if I say it's a 2 or 3 minute light. And I've just found that just gives me a kind of a chance to recharge in traffic. And I sit there And every time I do this now, it's already in me. It's not like I have to think about it. My mind just goes to somewhere. I just start breathing, just conscious breathing and paying attention to my in-breath, paying attention to my out-breath. And I've just found when I take this with me everywhere I go, it can just help me diffuse, anger, any sort of emotions. It can help me diffuse or deal with any impatience because I have that access. I can't always excuse myself from somewhere. I can't excuse myself from traffic and go to a quiet place. I can't always excuse myself from a noisy situation and go to a quiet place. Or can I? Within myself, I can. And this is something that you can, you just remember all the time. I've started using it when, even just with little things, when I'm complaining. When I find myself just kind of in a grumpy state and I'm thinking about the weather or this or that or whatever, I just start doing a little bit of breathing and it goes away. And it also roots me to the now, which is, that is a large part of my practice, large part of my meditation practice, large part of why I do breath work and various things that I do is it's about being in the now. It's about being here. It's about being now. It's not about living in the future. It's not about living in the past. The true happiness we have in life is always in the now. Like I say, just rereading some of these books just kind of like drives the point home. And I always see something that, that reminds me. I'll leave you with one last little thing here. Excuse me 1 second. I want to grab something. I don't really need to use these anymore, but because it's kind of become ingrained in me, and anytime, I can kind of know when I need to switch over and start using my breath and using breathing, just conscious breathing to kind of diffuse a situation or basically just calm my nervous system. When I say diffuse a situation, it makes it sound like I'm about to go postal. I don't generally get up to that mode anyway, but it's just always about coming down a little bit. And I had these a long time ago. I printed them for something, just a little armband, and it just says breathe. And I used to wear this a lot. I used to wear it out, especially like if I went out of town or went to Pensacola or was doing something for the day or if I was struggling, because I don't wear things on my wrist. Now, it might be something different for you. You might need to carry a different type of reminder with you. But when I would carry something like this on my wrist, it's right there. I look down and I actually see the word breathe. I'm going to breathe. Sometimes I didn't always want to wear this kind of a armband, and I also had some of these. I have these like little bracelets right here. I forgot what I had these for. I think I was going to use them in a Shopify store one time, but anyhow, this is obsidian. I like obsidian. I'm kind of drawn to it, and I just wear it because, like, I guess that was the second stage where I didn't have to wear like just kind of a blue plastic bracelet as opposed to this nice obsidian. Read about obsidian. It's a nice, I don't know if it's actually what you'd call it, a crystal or whatever it is, but anyhow, it's just the reminder. This would always remind me to do it. I don't really need the reminders anymore, but you might carry something with you that reminds you when you get in a situation that you can always find that place of quietness. You can always find that place of peace within yourself. And this can be used anywhere. And I'll finish up here. I use simple things like this, and in some ways I feel like the spiritual path took a few steps back, because I go back 12 years ago. Some of you that have been around a long time have heard me talking about when I got locked up in Panama back in 2013. I spent 3 weeks in an immigration center in Panama City, Panama. Long story, it was just some BS stuff, that weird shit that I had done. But anyway, I used that stuff way back then. I went inside. I always had this place, and this was a loud place. It wasn't a dangerous place. It wasn't like being locked up abroad or where you're fighting or doing anything like this, but it was very loud all the time. A lot of stuff going on. Plus, I didn't know what was going on with me anyway, my status there. So I used that a lot. I would use my breath, go into it. The breath, I'm telling you, I know I harp on and on about it a lot, but it can really anchor you. and it can really kind of give you some peace in turbulent times, which there seems to always be turbulent times these days, doesn't it? But anyhow, hope you guys like this one, however many people showed up. Like I say, I'm always appreciative to have you here. I'd appreciate if you like the video. Be sure and hit the subscribe button. I'm going to do more and more content like this, and I'll probably share some more of this content over on my Facebook page, which there's a link in the description below. But anyhow, until I see you again, y'all have a blessed rest of your week, weekend, whenever this comes out. And love you all. Peace.